Hello there, O'Daniel Mazda. This is Coach Stephanie with your monthly review for the month of May. We did have a small decrease for the month of May. We went from a 2.33 to a 2.29. And out of 10 calls, we still have 6 calls that need to be reviewed. Guys, we're never going to get to the point we need to be at if nobody is reviewing their calls because they're not going to know what they need to do to get any better. If you take a look, the people who are reviewing their calls are the ones who have the highest scores. Wade has a 3.48, had the highest score for the month, and he actually reviewed his calls. So be sure that everyone's reviewing their calls, and that way they can implement the tips and tricks that they learn in their coaching sessions into their very next phone call. Also, everyone needs to be at 100% certification. If they're not 100% certified, then they're not going to know what they're doing wrong, and they need to watch those certification videos in the areas that they miss and take the test right after they review their calls. There again, Wade is at 100% certification, and he had the highest score last month. So let's please ensure that everyone is reviewing their calls and that they are 100% certified. Taking a look at the call quality report, guys, this is my favorite report because it shows you how you are doing in comparison to other dealerships. You guys had 1 call last month in the excellent category, 1 above average, 3 average, 5 below average, and 2 poor. 2 calls resulted in appointments and 5 calls were offline. 5, that means half of your calls were offline. That is an alarming statistic. That means 41.67% of your calls were offline, where the company average is 41.13. And guys, realistically, I like to see my dealerships be at 10% or less. So we really need to work with the team on making sure they're not offline in calls. 16.67% of your calls resulted in an appointment. 33.49% is the company average. And realistically, I like for my dealerships to be at 50% or higher. 16.67% of your calls were in the poor category. The company average is 14.64. 41.67% of your calls were in the below average category. The company average is 21.7. 25% of your calls were in the average category. The company average is 17.81. Now, you had 8.33% of your calls both in excellent and above average, but you can see the company average is 28.86 in the excellent category and 17% in the above average category. And it is my goal for all of my dealerships to stay in these top 2 categories. So I realistically would love to see us get to a point where we have no offline calls, where we are statistically getting at least 50% of our calls into an appointment and getting them to your dealership, because half of the people who have an appointment are going to buy during their appointment. So it's definitely going to be beneficial to you and your dealership. Okay, please feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, comments, or concerns. I'm here to help you any way that I can. I hope you are having a fantastic month, and I hope to talk with you soon. Thanks so much.